Hey guys, so this is a game of Twisted Tree Line, and this is what I chose for my background footage. Um, so, I'm gonna have the double speed, and I'm gonna get into the guide. This is my second guide that I'm making right now for League of Legends. It's just basically the idea is how to improve and how to get better and all of that. And then the topic that I chose for today is going to be how does the game League of Legends relate to reality? So here we go. Let's get into it. First thing, you're playing against real people. You're playing against real people. And as real people, we are lazy and we are impatient. Which is what prevents most people from getting any better at the game. See, let's just have someone to look up to look at let's say the pros. Even though they're pros, they still work on improving, they want to improve, and every single day they play that much, as much as they play, to improve. Most of us are too lazy to even try to improve, and too impatient to wait for the results, which is why you suck. And the same applies to reality, like, you want to go for something, but most of the time a lot of the times people are too lazy and too impatient to wait for the results. And I know I mentioned this before. Most of us can't take the hate. There's a lot of hate in League of Legends. Like, if you start doing something, doesn't matter whether in League of Legends or reality, you'll get hated for sucking most of the time. Or I mean, some people, not everybody, in fact the majority will not, but there will always be some people that are just going to like hate you for failing or something like that. And in League of Legends, new people get raged at and they complain, and most people don't have the patience and they quit the game. You will not get better this way, you have to learn to take the hate. Becoming a good player is very time and effort consuming. To become a good player, you need to play a lot. You need to, you can do it, you can play casually, but you need to play a lot if you really want any results. You need to pick a champion, play him for 2-3 days straight, and then say, oh, this champion is good, or this champion is bad, or I don't like him, or something like that. If you feel like, just pick a champion that you think is cool and play it, spam it for a week. Then I guarantee you'll become good at the champion. It's time and effort consuming. You need to try hard to theorycraft exactly how you're going to play versus every matchup. And that's the only way. If you don't do any of that, you're not going to be becoming any better. It doesn't matter how much you play. Same in reality. Obviously, if you want to be good at something, it's going to take you a lot of time. Now, the pros that I've been mentioning earlier that we should look up to, they are not kids, they are adults. I mean, that means 18 years old or older. If you're a kid, like, if you're 12 years old or something, I know some people are mature at that age, but that's very rare. Most of us at that age, we were like all Pokemon and shit. People are adults, not kids. Those people who are good at this game, those people are in Diamond, most of them are adults. Why is that? That's because adults have the muscle memory, they have the concentration, they have the confidence to the will, everything, all of that. I don't know. They have all of that, which is what most kids don't have. Most kids are fucking lazy and they think they're the best players in the world and they suck and they don't realize it. Then there is another thing that's closely related to reality is actually the psychology. If you mess with people's heads, you're gonna win more games. That does not mean you're gonna rage at people and shit, but you can troll people. I mean, trolling does not necessarily have to be negative. You can have fun with the game, and you don't have to make fun of the person, just make fun of the game. Just troll people, like at the beginning of this game where I was playing Ari. Katarina really didn't expect me to flash Q or ignite her, and when I killed her she was like, oh, you're this and that, and now you got lucky and everything. And afterwards she started raging and she started derping, like she ults on top of me, I charm her, I own her because she doesn't think about it. And that's called getting into people's heads early game. Early game, especially in 3v3s, early game means a lot. If you can win the early game, the other team's gonna rage and you're gonna win. And yeah, that's like, yeah, the next point was gonna be causes and consequences of this, getting into people's heads, which is what I already talked about. If you fuck up a person's mind, you're going to win more games, because they're going to not focus on the game, they're going to focus on raging. And yes, the results are you get more league points. The results are you have more wins. All you have to do is have fun with the game and laugh at people who think they should take it seriously. You need to work on improving, but you don't show the work. You shouldn't show the work. If you think like, if you're working on something, like you want to improve and you want to feel good and you think you know a lot, you start showing it to people, people are gonna think you're a fucking ego and so on. You shouldn't do it. It's up to you. It's up to you to work on improving. And what you show should be like that you're having fun with the game. Because if you don't, you'll get reported for spamming or something like that. Okay, so just to wrap this up. You're playing against real people. They're lazy, they can't take the hate. That includes you if you're not a good player. I'm quite sure that you're lazy, too lazy to improve, excuse me. And you are too impatient. You can't take hating players, you just quit the game, you report them, you go AFK, all of that. Becoming a good player is very time and effort consuming. If you're not willing to put in the time, just stop. Don't even play this game. You're not gonna get any better. If you're a 12-year-old, don't expect to be as good as Doublelift or any other pro, because you're not, and you really can't be because you don't have the muscle memory yet. Getting into people's heads is key in this game. If you manage to, in the early game, get a first blood on someone, it's very likely that they're going to rage and they're going to blame their teammates, which is going to cause like all of them to rage, and then you win. There's a high chance that you win. And yeah. So this has been my guide on how does the game relate to reality. Now I know this isn't closely related to reality, it's still a game. But we're playing with real people, so it has to be related in some way or another. So thanks for watching this video, and hopefully you learned something, hopefully you enjoyed the little rambling that I did. If you have any feedback on what you want to see next, discussed or something, leave it in the comments, and it might just happen because I know there aren't too many of you watching right now. So peace out.